Hey everyone, my name is Scooter, and today is a very big day because today I am going to be saying goodbye to this wonderful base that I've got here, my original base for the series that I've been doing, and I am going to be establishing a brand new base. It's very exciting. Now, you might be asking, why do you need to abandon your current base? It seems pretty nice. You've got a lot of stuff going on. You've obviously put some work into it. And all of that is true. And yeah, I did consider staying here and just expanding the edges of this base further and further as time goes on. But I've got a big problem with the current base, and it's not going to be solved by sticking around here. No, I need to do something new. I need to do something drastic to take care of a very, very big problem. And that problem is storage. Storage is a big problem here because, as you can see, there are chests and shulker boxes all over the place filled with the most random assortment of items. And this is not great. It's such a mess. Who on earth made such a big mess of this beautiful little hobbit hole, leaving all sorts of stuff and items everywhere? What fiend could have done this? Yes, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. And to fix this problem, of course, I'm going to establish a new base with one of the major focuses being a full, giant, big automatic storage system. And I'm very excited about it. So let me show you where we are going to be establishing this brand new base. And to do that, we are going to have to travel through the nether quite a ways away from here. All right, so here we are in the nether hub. And the place that I've selected for the new base is in the Taiga Forest, which is about 870 blocks out that way. So let's go out there and take a look. All right, and let's take it in. This is the brand new location for our brand new base. Like, we've got trees and we've got mountains and we've got the ocean and we've got a wandering trader. As I was saying, yeah, we've got forests and trees and mountains. And underneath here, I'm seeing quite a few. Ouch, ouch. Oop, oop. I'm gonna die in the powdered snow. Um, I've been seeing quite a few azalea trees around here, so I'm pretty sure below the surface there's a lot of lush caves, which are going to be really, really fun to explore and excavate. Like, yeah, look at this. Oh, 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 don't die, don't die, don't die. Uh, yeah, this is pretty great. I could get used to a place like this underground. And one of the main reasons I wanted to come out here is because it's, well, let's face it, it's a really big change of pace from the main area that I've been working in. Sometimes you really do need a change in scenery to spark some of those creative juices. And let me tell you, those creative juices are flowing. You see, in the upcoming 1.21 update, I believe they've just titled it Tricky Trials. The most interesting part of the update for me is not actually the trial chambers or the maze or anything like that. No, in this upcoming update, sometime this summer, they're introducing the Auto Crafter. The Auto Crafter is a block that will allow you to craft things automatically. No surprise there. But what that means is that you can begin automating the creation of so many things in this game that before you would have to spend hours and hours and hours crafting manually, which means big factories all interconnected, feeding items into each other can suddenly do way more than they could before. And so my goal for this area is to turn this forest into an industrial wasteland. Oh, Wait, no, not not wasteland, but an industrial area. I'm gonna have a lot of factories, a lot of very different buildings than what I've been building so far, and I'm really excited about that. The first thing I need to build though is it's somewhere to sleep, a main base, a central point where all of my other activity is going to stem out from. And what I've got in mind is essentially an office. So exciting. I'm going to build an office building. Yay. But that office is going to eventually be attached to the warehouse that is going to house my big storage system. So I think it only makes sense for me to begin with somewhere where I can begin all the planning for everything else that's going to follow. So I'm going to gather a bunch of materials, start moving a lot of the items and stuff from my old base over to here, which is going to take forever because there's so much stuff and it's such a big mess. And then once I've got all that stuff, I'm going to start on the first build of the brand new base. And yeah, we're going to go from there. All right, everybody, it is time for a status update. And here we are. We have got the first building constructed, and at least one side of this has been textured. The rest, I'm going to work on that a little bit later. Yeah, look at the front of this. We've got big windows with acacia on the outside and bamboo door and brick mixed with all sorts of other fun things for texture. I'm having a lot of fun putting this together. It isn't finished yet. Of course, there's still quite a bit to do, but so far I think this is going really well. So let's take a closer look here. So coming inside, obviously, yeah, no interior as of yet. We've got a lot of space in here. I'll have a basement level, 2 floors, and then like a half floor or an attic up where the slope of the roof goes up there. Like I mentioned, no texturing on the side here yet. I don't think I'll do quite as much as on the front since, well, no one's going to see the sides as much. And on the back here, this is where it's going to connect to the future warehouse that's going to fill this whole area. Sorry, trees. Not really sorry. Coming around here, we've got a bit of a drain pipe with some water that's come off of that, which I think is pretty neat. And here, a sign for Industry Incorporated Headquarters. Still working on that name. Now, if you have your own name suggestions for the company that is going to be setting up all these factories, please let me know down in the comments. I'm curious to hear your ideas. Now for the ground, I've got a mix of basalt, smooth basalt, and deep slate. I think that'll make a pretty nice road in contrast with some of the other colors that I'm using in the build. And while I mention that, yeah, let's talk colors. So the building itself, of course, primary color is that red, the color of the bricks. And then from there, I've added a bunch of other texture blocks that complement and work with the brick color, and that's what we've got on the wall behind me. The other major colors you're going to see on this building and future buildings in this area are the orange and the green. And I'm really excited about that because up to this point in the series, I have not worked with those colors almost at all. So by starting a new project, that means new opportunities to try out different things, work with a different color palette, and I'm very excited about that. It's honestly nice to be doing something other than just hobbit holes and old ancient ruined buildings. I'm also trying very hard to not make this building itself fully destroyed and ruined as if it were abandoned. It's not abandoned. This building just happens to be next to the ocean where there's a bit more wear and tear than usual. What you might also see here is a mess of storage behind me. This is a portion of the stuff from the old base, and yeah, you might think, oh, okay, there's some blocks. That's not too bad. A couple of shulkers. No. Look at this. This is these are all full, and there's more stuff back at the original main base too. So yeah, I am going to need a pretty big storage system. But I am going to continue the work here. I'll texture the other sides, add a few extra details on the exterior, and then, of course, I'm actually going to put an interior on this thing and attempt some interior decorating, which is Not my forte, but I'll give it a shot. And I shall report back to you once I have something worthy of showing my wonderful, wonderful viewers. Welcome back. It is done. The whole thing is done, and I'm very excited. So up here on the front deck, the front porch, the road, a few things I'll mention just quickly here. We've got some hidden lighting, lovely little frog lights under there, just keeping it nice and well lit. We've got different supplies and crates and boxes all over the place. Now let's step inside to my office, where we've got a full interior. I know, that never happens with me. But right when you come in, we've got a lovely workstation, a desk where I can sit and figure out all the important business items that are going to be taking place in this factory factory complex. Still not 100% sure what it's going to look like in the end, but we shall see. And sitting here, we can of course access my book, which has the very thorough, detailed plans for what we're going to be doing in this area. So let's take a look there. Important work to do. Make resource farms become titan of industry and profit. I might actually have the wrong book. Let me let's take a look here. I think it's this one that we want. Here we go. New base plans. I need a moss farm for bone meal. That's going to open up a whole bunch of other things. I'm going to do a kelp farm for fuel, and the auto crafters are going to make that actually viable, which is great. I'm going to do a super smelter to smelt all the stuff. We're going to have an automatic storage system in the big warehouse that I want to build. Auto crafter powered factories for all sorts of other items all over the place. And I want to do a lot of rail lines instead of just water streams, like it would be cool to have little mine carts going back and forth between the different buildings and areas. And I, again, don't know exactly how that's going to look, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then of course, profit. Not quite sure how I can profit in a single player world, but I will figure that out as well. All right, so coming through here, we've got a back door, and that's going to lead into the warehouse once there is a warehouse and not just a forest. If we come downstairs, I'll show you the basement first, where yeah, I moved all the stuff in, and it's not organized in the slightest. It's such a mess. I really need that storage system right about now. But that is a problem for future Scooter to deal with, and I am not going to deal with that today. But let's go upstairs now to the second level, where we've got my new bedroom. And I actually really enjoyed this. It's nice to have a high ceiling for once. No longer stuck in a hobbit hole. Got a big bookshelf. We've got some armor trim. Thingermajiggers is on display. Nice Donkey Kong painting. And a beautiful oceanside view. In here, I've also got a store of mini blocks, which I will use for decoration and other shenanigans. But yeah, this is my bedroom. It's nice doing interior decorating. I think I actually like it. It takes forever. It's so time consuming. Coming around the bend here in the hallway again, some other fun decorative pieces, and then up in the attic, this is where we've got some rare art hanging on the walls. We've got an enchanting setup, which I can't imagine I'm ever going to use, but it's here. Back over here, we've got those. You can ignore those. That's top secret project things. Not really. Again, I'm sleep deprived. I've got a baby keeping me awake at night, and there's just gonna be some odd stuff in this up in the attic. Deal with it. But here though, this is the really important thing. I've got these nice bamboo stalks. These are going to be a good investment in the future because these 12 bamboo, they're only going to increase in value over time, right? Again, I may be slightly unhinged at this point. Deal with it. But yeah, that is the brand new starter base in my second base in this world. Is it really a starter base if it's not when I'm starting the world? Who knows? I don't make up those rules. But this has been so much fun putting together. I am so excited to be doing something in a completely brand new building style. It's just refreshing. And again, if you are feeling stuck in your world with the random things that you're building, and maybe you've done a ton of castles, do sci-fi, do modern, do Wild West, do something different, because different is where you're going to stretch yourself. It's where you're going to have a lot of fun. It's where you're going to use resources and blocks that you may have never even thought to have used before. That means you have to go out and collect new things. And again, Minecraft is such a huge game, and sometimes we get stuck in these small little corners of it. So yeah, spread your wings, do new stuff. It's great. But that is unfortunately where I will need to wrap things up for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the build. Let me know what you think. Is it too much orange? Maybe it's too much orange. Who knows? I am curious to hear all of your feedback and any ideas that you have, things that you would like to see in the new base, maybe certain resource farms or certain approach to like a super smelter design or anything like that. Let me know down in the comments. Really excited to hear your feedback as we start this brand new project, this brand new base full of possibilities and excitement. But for now, I will let you go. Hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, midnight, 3 a.m., wherever you are. Who knows what time it is? And I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.